Hi everyone, it's Amy Caroline. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to my channel. Um um so it is time for another ghost train story. And I'm gonna show you I'm also gonna show you another example of um I'm also going to show you an example of what I want Ghost Train to look like on the Travel Channel if it ever becomes on the and it if it ever comes on the Travel Channel. I'm going to show you an example from the TV show Haunted Hotels, from the TV show Haunted Hotels. I'm going to show you an example of that, and it will give you an idea of what Ghost Train should look like on the Travel Channel. Okay. So this is going to be a different Ghost Train story, and Haunted Hotels will be a different episode. Okay. And I'll be back later on this evening for some more for some more ghost stories and Ghost Train stories later on this evening. And so please enjoy this. And you guys, listen. When I post my videos of Ghost Train and stuff for the Travel Channel, please watch it. Okay. I know you're busy. But listen. I really need you guys to watch it, and hopefully um 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 hopefully Ghost Train will be on the Travel Channel. Okay. Okay. Someday it will be. Okay. All right. So anyway anyway, today's story is the Big Thicket Ghost Light. And here it is. And here we go. Big Thicket. Big Thicket is a wild area dense with undergrowth located in Texas near the small town of Saratoga. The wilderness is located between the Trinity and Neches River. Big Thicket's only open spaces are roads, railroad right of ways, and a few clearings. The ghost town of Bragg. So it's a ghost town, which means it's haunted. The ghost town of Bragg, a former trackside community, is located in Big Thicket. During the Civil War days, the densely overgrown area was a hideout for draft dodgers, Union sympathizers, and bandits. Confederates conducted wartime burnouts in the area to flush out those avoiding services in the Confederate Army. During one such burnout in the village of Kaiser, the house of J. Hawker, Union sympathizer, was burned, and the man his clothes afire, ran into Big Thicket. He burned to death there. His flaming body catch some of the clinging overgrowth on fire. Local hunters say the man still haunts Big Thicket, appearing as a fireball of flame. The Big Thicket ghost warrants a mention here because he developed he developed the habit of following the Santa Fe Railway tracks through Big Thicket. When the railroad built across the area later on, other folks say that like many ghost lights along America's railroad tracks, the Big Thicket light is the ghost of a brakeman, Jake Murphy. Murphy lived in the now deserted town of Bragg, slipped on a rainy, muddy night and fell under his train. He was decapitated. He was decapitated, and his body was cut to pieces. His head was never found. Local folks say that the light is Murphy looking for his head. Others say that the light is the ghost of 4 Mexican section hands who were murdered and robbed by their foreman. The bodies were never found by a railroad worker who had befriended one of the murdered men. The foreman was tried and found guilty of murder. Apparently, human justice hasn't satisfied the dead section hands who still wanders the railroad tracks looking for their hard-earned stolen pay. Still, another local legend says that the ghost is the spirit of a Bragg hunter who disappeared in the swamps and bogs of Big Thicket. Despite a 2 days search by volunteers, no trace of the missing hunter was ever found. People claim that he still roams the area trying to find his way back to his family in Bragg. The Santa Fe line through the Big Thicket area was abandoned. Very early on in 1934, after that, the ghost light followed the abandoned railroad right of way. The right of way is now a sandy lane known as Bragg Road. The main road through Big Thicket was paved in 1952. Since then, more people drive through the area, and the light has been seen frequently. It often appears on dark nights as a ghostly glow, moving slowly through the tangled undergrowth. Many who have seen it describe it as a light that appears to come from a kerosene lantern swinging back and forth as someone carries it along to light their way down the tracks. It varies from a dim yellow to a bright white to a deep red. Anyway. So the story goes back during the Civil War, Civil War days. So during the Civil War days, somebody was during one such burnout, the village of Kaiser, the house of a Jayhawker Union sympathizer was burned, and the man, his clothes afire, ran into big thicket. So and also local hunters say that he still haunts Big Thicket and wanders the tracks. Anyway, and other folks say like many ghost lights also on the railroad, the light is also the ghost of a brakeman, Jake Murphy, who who slipped on a rainy, muddy night. He slipped on a rainy, muddy night and fell under his train, and he was decapitated, and his whole body was cut to pieces. His head was never found. And now local folks say that the light is Murphy looking for his head. So anyway, that is what has to happen in Ghost Train. And Ghost Train, if it ever gets if it ever gets put on the Travel Channel, and the History Channel, then that's what has to happen with Ghost Train, okay? All right. So I'm going to read, well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a example from haunted hotels, from the TV show Haunted Hotels, and it will give you an idea of what Ghost Train has to look like on the Travel Channel, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Please enjoy this. And also remember to watch my Ghost Train videos that I did last week. If you have not. And also please enjoy this video, and also please enjoy this episode of Haunted Hotels here, okay? All right?
I'm taking the biggest swing of my life here.
Hang on, we gotta add.
It's all love. Time to keep it. You have to fight.
Here we go. Here we go.
No one knows why hotels are said to attract ghosts, but according to legends and the stories of staff and guests, they do. The haunting tales passed along from guest to guest tell of spirits who have struggled from beyond the grave to right some wrong. There are also those with unanswered questions.
Most perceive them as a sudden cold or a chill that races down the back.
Those with unfinished business.
Some feel it when the hair literally stands up on the back of their neck.
And those for whom death came too soon.
It's a cold that people describe as going straight to the bone.
Late at night, in strange hotel rooms, lost souls are said to be reawakened, and anything is possible. Haunted hotels are full of legends. Part of the fun of spending the night in a ghostly castle or haunted inn is hearing a tale sure to make you leave the lights on. But behind every hotel ghost story is a ghost.
Many are tragic. I've actually heard of very few happy ghosts, very few singing children.
Hotels said to have ghosts often retain memories of unhappy events.
You've got the unfinished business, you've got the violence, you've got the emotion, all right there. And so it's no wonder that they're haunted.
California's Hotel del Coronado has been a popular place to get away since 1888. So why is it that after just one night, some guests want to flee?
I don't know if I would ever, in fact, I know I would never stay in that room again.
Over the years, the resort has attracted movie stars and heads of state and has been the backdrop for films, commercials, and TV dramas. One of Del's most glamorous guests was Marilyn Monroe, who was here to film Some Like It Hot in 1958. Luminaries find the hotel's island setting hard to resist.
The Hotel Del is beautifully situated right across the bay from San Diego. We have a beautiful stretch of pristine beach, which was pretty much set aside by the men who built the hotel.
Another key to the seaside hideaway's popularity is its oddly intriguing design.
The hotel's architecture is Queen Anne Revival, which is characterized by a very asymmetrical design, lots of turrets, lots of dormers, lots of towers.
But the architecture is hardly the most unusual thing about Hotel del Coronado.
That's what we need to do. We need to do that too.
It all started over a century ago with the arrival of a mysterious guest.
She came in 1892. She arrived on November 24th, which was actually Thanksgiving evening that year. She checked in alone, which was rather unusual. She did not have luggage.
Signing her name as Lottie Bernard, the woman checked into what is now room 3327.
As soon as she arrived, she drew attention. They said she was acting a little erratically, seemed very unhappy, distraught. She spent a lot of time in her room.
One thing about the secretive guest was evident. She seemed to be very ill.
She was in great pain. She told everyone she had stomach cancer.
But all that she would accept from the concerned hotel staff was a little whiskey.
She was truly sick, but any overture by the hotel to help her see a doctor, she rebuffed. From the day she arrived, she told everybody that her brother was a doctor, so she said, and that he would be joining her, and not to worry because it would all be taken care of when her brother got here. And every day she would go down to the front desk and say, have you heard from my brother? Is there any word at all? And there never was.
Finally, on a moonlit night, the lonely young woman found an end to her pain.
Five days after she arrived here, she was found outside on the beach. She had a single gunshot wound to her head, which the coroner later determined was self-inflicted.
All she left behind was a mystery.
That's just where the story started. When they got to her room, there was nothing of a personal nature there. She didn't have luggage. She didn't have any papers. There was nothing to identify her except by the name she checked in under, which was Lottie Bernard, which was an alias.
The unknown guest became famous before anyone even knew her name.
For a long time, she was referred to just as the beautiful stranger because no one knew who she was. So they actually sketched a picture of her face. They sent it around to newspapers around the country, and eventually someone came forward identifying her as Kate Morgan from Iowa. She was buried here in San Diego rather unceremoniously, very sadly, just this lone 24-year-old suicide victim.
Kate left the world a lonely soul, but many feel she has never left the Hotel del Coronado. Hotel del Coronado, room 3327, where a young woman, Kate Morgan, spent her last days on Earth. Guests Jennifer and Richard Rodriguez were unaware of the room's past when they arrived.
We checked in, went to our hotel room, and kind of settled in.
There was a ceiling fan that came down from the ceiling, and it had tassels that you would pull to turn the light on or off. And out of the corner of my eye, I could see that the tassels started moving in a circular motion, so I thought it was kind of odd.
But it wasn't until after the lights went out that her husband experienced something that defied all reason.
Probably about 2:30 in the morning, I felt somewhat of a tug on my blankets, and at the foot of the bed was a human being pulling the blankets over their head. And I closed my eyes, and when I opened my eyes back up again, it was gone. Then I heard a voice calling my name, just asking me to come over to the people. Look outside. Oh, Richard, come to the people. Come to the people, Richard. I stayed up for the rest of the night.
I woke up in the morning, and he was sitting up, just staring ahead, and he said, did you see that last night? The bell gentleman came up. The first thing he said to us when he walked in the room was, how was it to sleep in the haunted room?
Strange things have been said to happen in Kate's room, even in broad daylight.
I would not want to stay in that room because I have talked to enough people that I believe that things do go on there, and I really wouldn't enjoy experiencing any of them.
Inexplicable experiences at the Hotel Del aren't confined to Kate Morgan's room.
In another room, there's been a lot of what can be characterized as poltergeist activity. Things move of their own accord, lights turn on and off, things fly across the room.
Not that early.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna go ahead and stop there right now. Anyway, that is what Ghost Train and the Big Thicket story Ghost Light has to do on the show. On the show, you saw you saw how the story went back in time to 1892 on haunted hotels. If Ghost Train does the same thing with the Big Thicket episode Ghost Light here, and that is what Ghost Train has to do. That's what it has to do. So that's what Ghost Train has to do. Okay? All right. So anyway, that is what Ghost Train has to do. That's what Ghost Train has to do. Okay. So anyway, so now listen, y'all. I worked really, really hard on this story, so please watch it. And also, if you have not, please watch the ones I did last week too. If you missed it, okay, all right. So please watch this one, and please watch the ones I did last week, and I hopefully Ghost Train will be on the Travel Channel. If you work for those of you who are TV people, those of you who are Travel Channel people, and if you work for the Travel Channel, out there, if you live in Los Angeles, California, if you live in Oregon, if you live in Denver, Colorado, if you live in San Francisco, and if you live in Arkansas, if you live in Utah, and you work for the Travel Channel, please put Ghost Train on the Travel Channel, and please put the Big Thicket Ghost Light on as an episode, and let the story go back in time to the Civil War days, and let the apparitions appear on the screen, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I will see you guys in a few minutes for my next Ghost Train stories and some more haunted stuff, okay? Okay, bye everybody. Bye.